So tell me about the Pringles.
The Pringles, man.
You did some sort of post about Pringles.
On my Instagrams?
Yeah.
On my Partly Robot Instagrams?
Yeah.
I did a couple posts about Pringles because our first flight was a direct flight to Amsterdam to Schiphol Airport, which was cool. It's a big international airport, and that's where you come in. And somebody looked at our passports there and said, fine. And then we went, and yeah, it was basically they have a passport check, and they're like, that's you go to the EU and you're an American, you hand them their passport, they're like, where are you going? Rome? Fine. And then you go in and they stamp it. Then we're going through and we had like, an hour and a half layover or something, not too crazy. Well, we thought it was going to be. It ended up our flight got delayed. We spent more time than we thought we were going to in that airport. But that's travel. But we were going through, and then they have the little stores in the airport, like all airports that are worth anything have merch. And then there was like the one store that was the convenience store. You grab your munchies, and they have this giant display of Pringles. I'm like, are the Dutch so into Pringles? I'm okay seeing like a couple rows of Pringles, but it's like a whole pyramid display of Pringles cans. And I started looking at it a little bit closer, and then I started looking at the flavors, and some of them are okay, but then I see that they've got one that's flame and medium.
Flame and medium.
Flame and medium. Flame medium Pringles. And I thought, what is that? What in the name of marketing? What is going on in the Netherlands that they want something that's kind of spicy, but not really?
Spicy and bland at the same time.
Flame and medium. What is flame medium? Is that like barbecue? I don't know.
Well, why didn't they just call it barbecue if they wanted to barbecue?
I don't know. Well, they called it flame medium, and it was just blew my mind. And I was like, because I'm used to working in schools with American kids who were like crazy about flaming hot Cheetos and Takis and all the things that'll totally burn your stomach out. And I was like, wow, flame medium would not go over well in the States.
No, I don't think so.
Nobody wants anything medium in the States. It's got to be extreme, scorching hot.
Yeah.
Explosive chili.
Explosive. Yeah, I told you about the explosive chili one. I wanted to pull up a list of the strangest Pringles flavors because you said you saw one in Italy, right?
Oh, yeah. In Italy, I went. Yeah, there was like a grocery store and they had some Pringles in Italy, and it was like a normal grocery store shelf selection, and they had like regular
sour cream and onion.
They had sour cream and onion. They had a pizza. I was like, okay, pizza Pringles, I can. And then they had ketchup, a Pringles flavor ketchup. I was like, I don't know.
I think that's wrong.
I mean,
people do mustard stuff, right? They do the mustard pretzels, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just it's just kind of like weird for me to think of that as a potato chip flavor, but
yeah,
it's probably fine.
Kind of makes sense with potatoes and ketchup, like fries or whatnot.
I would combine those, yeah. But I just
you didn't actually try them, did you?
No, I didn't go. I didn't go to Europe to buy Pringles.
No,
I I tried other stuff.
You mentioned the
explosive chili.
Explosive chili, which is exactly the wrong message I think you want to send when it comes to chili.
I don't know.
It's like, where?
Is it like chili like CHILI or chili like chili pepper? Or
it's actually like
a bowl of chili?
It's CHILI, explosive chili.
Yeah, that's
it's definitely not medium.
That reminds me of an age-related medical procedure I'll be going to, but
yeah,
routine maintenance, it's fine.
Exactly. using a whole fist there, Doc.
I will be out of it's not sedated. I'll be under. That's it.
Under. Yeah, you won't be
full anesthetic. Yeah.
Gotcha. You're not gonna say anything clever or whatever.
I might, but I won't remember it.
Okay. Okay. I'm bound to say something clever, so I'm gonna record this. Okay. So you just do your thing. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
This is for the sake of comedy. Okay. I'm recording myself.
When you're bringing me out, I'm gonna say something brilliant, but I won't remember. I need it.
I need this. I need this, man.
I'm just gonna have my phone. I'm gonna be recording this whole procedure
for TikTok.
For TikTok, guys. The camera doesn't need to be on. I just need the sound.
Right.
Just need the sound.
And you can reward the doctor with some explosive chili.
Explosive chili. I'd be like, Doc, this particular doctor, he might be all right with it, but what other culinary fouls Pringles
of the Pringles variety? Let me see. We've got one that is called Emmental. EMMENTAL cheese. Emmental cheese.
Emmentaler cheese.
In the Netherlands?
Emmentaler? Yeah. Are you looking at specifically Dutch Pringles flavors? Or
these aren't all Dutch. I mean, they've got the explosive chili is Australia.
Oh, that totally tracks. Yeah.
And then
Australians are like Americans, only worse. No.
Okay, here's one in Germany. The Pringles flavor prawn cocktail.
Whoa.
Yeah. Prawn cocktail flavored. Oh, Lord. This one is found in Japan. It is, it's Eggs Benedict.
Okay.
Flavored Pringles. Eggs Benedict flavored. So that kind of doesn't make that makes the ketchup one not look, so bad. There's Hot Diggity Dog. There's that. The Hot Diggity Dog one.
Hot Diggity Dog.
Crab, which is in Russia, crab flavored.
I'm looking at the American Pringles site. How about this flavor? Pringles Minecraft Suspicious Stew.
Okay, what flavor is that?
It's Suspicious Stew.
It's just
I don't know. Take a look.
Okay. Oh boy. You said that to me. Yeah.
Suspicious Stew.
It's all pixelated.
They pixelate the Pringles?
Here's from the site. It says, venture through the infinite world of Minecraft with the crisp, tantalizing taste of hearty Minecraft suspicious stew flavor that hits the spot every time. These ingeniously shaped Pringle potato crisps are crafted with a blend of hearty stew flavors that end in a spicy kick.
Stew flavors?
Hearty stew flavors. A delicious take on stew previously only found in Minecraft, now brought to you in the real world. In the actual logo, it looks like, what is his name? Julius Pringles or whatever. He's wearing the microphone. You see that?
Oh my gosh, Julius Pringles! Like,
do you know Julius Pringles? You know what that's actually his name.
That's the name. Okay, yeah.
But it's based off of a Wikipedia hoax that someone put in, where in 2006, where someone said that his name is Julius. It's Julius Pringles. But then the company said, yeah, that's his name. It's Julius Pringles. Prior to the hoax, which is now canon, I guess, in Pringles lore, Mr. P was his name. He had no first name, but now he's Julius Pringles. But anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he seems like he should be he should have some sort of a title like doctor or MBA or something. Julius Pringles, MBA.
Julius Pringles, DDS. He's a dentist.
Let's give him a PhD. And anyway, so here's another flavor. We'll just get through the last flavors here because they're weird ones. I mean, weird to us, right?
Yeah.
In Japan, mushroom soup. In France, you've got roast chicken and herbs. Roast chicken and herbs. Do you say herb or herb?
Usually I'll say herbs.
I'll say whatever bothers the other person most.
That's the right way to say it. Yeah.
If I see based on what I'm saying, if I say herb and there's no facial expression change, then I'll say herb. And big flavor in Thailand is salt and seaweed. Serrano ham, which you can find in Mexico. There is flame grilled steak in the UK. This is another one that's kind of like the mystery stew, where it's like, why? It's called Screaming Dill Pickle.
It's Screaming Dill Pickle.
It's not just dill pickle. It's Screaming Dill Pickle.
Screaming Dill Pickle.
Yep.
Yeah. That sounds like a half of a morning drive time radio show.
With traffic on the 7s and 5s. Brought to you by Screaming Dill Pickle.
Screaming Dill Pickle.
Yeah, I think he would not be the Screaming Dill Pickle show. He's like one of the supporting cast members, I guess, on the... So yeah, those are the bizarre Pringles flavors. But I'm sure there are more out there.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
I found a chicken souvlaki one.
Oh, wow.
That's another thing the Australians did to us.
Did to us. Yeah.
Sweet mayo cheese Pringles.
Oh.
In Korea. Okay.
These are all flavors that you're getting from the Pringles website?
No, I found a different list now at lovefood.com. The most incredible Pringles flavors from around the world.
All right.
They spell flavors the British way, so, you know.
Flavors.
Pecan pie.
Yeah, I saw a pecan pie one.
Yeah, roasted turkey.
Roasted turkey. Any other eye-opening weird ones?
Pigs in a blanket.
Okay.
Well, that's an interesting choice. I'm like,
yeah.
French salad. I think this is a Japanese one. I'm not sure.
French salad?
French salad, yeah.
Is that like the French dressing on the... I mean, what is French salad?
I'll read the description here. It says, you've seen shrimp-flavored crisps and soup-flavored crisps, but salad-flavored crisps? It certainly seems like a new idea when it debuted by Pringles Japan in 2016. Described by the brand as having the refreshing sassiness of French dressing.
I'm sorry, the refreshing sassiness?
The refreshing sassiness of French dressing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's beef bowl.
That's my favorite college game, is the beef bowl.
The beef bowl? Okay. I better stop looking.
Yeah. You can go down the Pringles rabbit hole quite far. I was just going to stop at Julius Pringles, but I saw so
Julius
many.
Pringles.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like I had no idea, you know.
Yep. When things start based on a Wikipedia hoax, that's the only way things should start, really.
Just going all in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears and talk about video games. What video games have you been playing, Andrew?
The same ones I always play.
Yeah.
I just keep playing Civilization Revolutions on my phone.
Yeah. That's not a bad game to play. I mean, it's fun.
Not bad. It's fun. Yeah, I just keep playing it over and over again. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I sent you a picture of a new Street Fighter character that is Italian.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 has a new character.
Street Fighter 6.
Yep. Were you aware there were more than 6 Street Fighter games?
No.
I mean, they're not as bad as the Mortal Kombats, but because they have some diversity in their titles, what they named them. She is Marisa.
Oh, okay. I see now. Yeah.
Did you think she was a dude?
I didn't zoom in on it earlier and look at the details, but that is
she's just got a very big frame. She's very muscular.
She's got a big frame.
And it's the first Street Fighter game that she has appeared in. She is a master of I've never heard of this before, but I know it exists. It's pankration.
Pankration.
Yeah, is it pankration? Because, I mean, what she's wearing is very Roman looking.
An unarmed combat sport introduced into the Greek Olympic Games in 648 BC.
Yes.
It's like the MMA of its time. The athletes use boxing and wrestling techniques, but also others such as kicking, holds, joint locks, and chokes on the ground.
Yep.
Making it similar to modern mixed martial arts. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the first time I've ever heard of it. It's got a Greek sort of origin, but then also the character is an Italian woman who, do you know what her job is? Do you know what she does?
Does she gladiate?
Well, besides that,
no, what?
She makes jewelry. She's an Italian jewelry maker. Yeah.
Okay. The big beefy hands are good for the fine work in making jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she is Italian, so it's kind of appropriate that we talk about that.
And like the screenshot that you sent me of her, it's got that whole Colosseum background going on there.
Yeah, but did you also notice that her hair is cut to look like one of those Roman?
Look like a helmet. Yeah. Okay. I was like, it was getting a little pixelated as I zoomed in. I couldn't tell if it was hair or the helmet. So that's probably, yep.
Yep. It's hair that's cut that way to look like a Roman, I guess, helmet. She is apparently 6'8", 269 pounds.
Yeah.
She hates heights. She likes worthy opponents, osabuco, and fine arts.
Yep.
Osabuco.
Osabuco.
Yeah. Is that some sort of Greek, is it a liquor?
It sounds like it.
Osabuco is an Italian dish made with veal shank containing marrow bone stewed with wine and vegetables and seasoning. So it's an Italian.
It's got the bone in there, yeah.
Osabuco. It literally means marrow bone. So she likes that. She's definitely very Italian, I guess. Did you meet anyone of her stature in Italy or see anyone who was Italian who looked like her?
No, I did not. Nope.
Okay.
I don't think I saw anybody that tall.
No, that's just sort of an in-passing kind of thing. I promised you I would play one of my least favorite game franchises while you were in Italy.
Oh, yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2 takes place in Italy. Your main character is Ezio. So here's some, we talked about this before. You are familiar with Assassin's Creed, the franchise, but you are not familiar with any of the games, or?
I've heard of Assassin's Creed. I think I've heard you talk about the game on the show.
Oh, okay.
Or somebody, one of your guest hosts was into one of them.
Yeah. Let me start this by saying I probably played I didn't play the entire time you were in Italy. I don't think it's an equivalent there. I don't think I spent more than 10, 20 hours on the game. But that being said, it's Assassin's Creed 2, Ubisoft Montreal, originally released in 2009 on the 7th generation consoles, which of course you know.
Of course.
The PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, those are 7th. Here's a question I have. I played this game, went through the tutorials, I got my Assassin's gear, I went through a couple of events where I met Leonardo DeVinci. That was cool.
Oh,
yeah.
How is he doing?
He's still painting and making stuff. He's the tech guy in the game. You take your plans and stuff to Leonardo DeVinci, his studio, and he makes stuff for you. Like he makes your retractable assassin's knife that pops out of your sleeve. He also says a joke, before I give this to you, I need to take your pinky because it's a blood oath that needs to be done. That's what the plan says. He says this all deadpan, and then he's like, okay, do it. And I was like, I was just kidding.
I was just kidding.
So we know Leonardo da Vinci has a sense of humor, at least in this game. And then there's my favorite line, which I told you, your mother, when you meet Leonardo da Vinci, and you carry, one of the missions is you have to carry paintings for him to his studio. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
worst, dumbest mission ever. But you carry paintings to his studio, of course. And your mother is Maria. She tells you that he's very talented. He loves doing painting, gorgeous things that he does in his spare time, an excellent outlet. And his mother says to Ezio, you should find an outlet. And then he says, I have plenty of outlets. And then she says, I meant besides vaginas.
Mom.
Okay. Pretty early on in the game, but I guess that's the kind of relation that's pretty straightforward, I guess.
So this is not your favorite game franchise?
No, not because of the vagina. Well, anyway. Here's the other thing involving that, which is kind of like they do this disclaimer at the beginning of the game too. It's where it's like, oh, it's based on historical events and characters and religions and multicultural people who created this game and so on and so forth. Just as kind of like the front part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are an assassin who's been wronged. Your brothers and your father are all hung in the square at the very beginning of the game due to a corrupt politician kind of guy who's in with the Templar, which are the group that are apparently they're the sworn enemies of the assassins. So it's the assassins and the Templar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It even goes into the present, quote unquote, because all this game is you are in a computer simulation where they use your DNA to connect to your past and you play through and sync with the different assassins, which is an odd concept to begin with. Basically, this whole thing is revolving around revenge. You send your mother and your sister off to one of the servants that is in your house. She says she can stay with my sister. Your mother and your sister will be safe with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And you go there and you find that it's the madam of a brothel is the sister.
Oh.
That's where your sisters are hiding out. So this madam teaches you how to blend in with crowds and pickpocket people. That's the training. It's like you go to the brothel, there are a bunch of girls there that are quote unquote helping you train, and they basically make you invisible. And you can also send them, you can pay them money and send them to distract the royals or whatever, the enemies on the street. It's just so historical or otherwise, it's just boring. And when you walk from mission to mission, you have to keep a certain speed. You can't just run, or else you'll arouse the suspicion of the Templar or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, it got really high marks back in the day, but it was in 2009, but I didn't like those games back even in 2009. It was just too slow, and playing it now is like playing a game out of time, sort of.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of Italian locations that are covered. The Tuscany region.
Oh, yeah.
Florence,
yeah. I was there. Yeah.
Montegiri, Girioni. There's also Venice in there, which you didn't go to, right? You didn't get to go to
not
Venice.
This time. Didn't get to go to Venice.
Yeah. It's neat because they've got all these, these buildings. They still look kind of blocky. It's basically, as an assassin,
yeah,
you can do things like climb up walls and do all sorts of parkour-ish kind of things where you run from roof to roof. But it's just, for the most time, if you don't want to bother, there are also these characters on the roofs also. So it's like sometimes you just have to walk slow. Not fun. Yeah.
There's people hanging out on the roofs. You don't want to call attention to yourself.
Exactly.
You got to be casual when you're on the roof.
You got to be casual all the time. But
be casual. Also
in the game, there are these plague masters. Are you familiar with the plague master or the plague doctor? They're called plague doctors.
Oh yeah, because they've got the big mask on.
It's with the beak, right?
The beak is full of flowers and herbs.
Yeah,
full of herbs to keep the plague from getting to them.
Yeah. Anti-plague herbs. That's where you heal your character if they fall off a roof or get stabbed by one of the Templar or whatever. These vendors out on the street, probably similar to the ones who are giving you ponchos, who charge you for leeches, fresh leeches, of course, because you ones want the.
Don't want used leeches.
No, no. Secondhand leeches, never good.
Secondhand leeches. Wasn't that a band in the 90s?
That really needs to be, if it isn't already. Secondhand leeches. And just looking at those, that's kind of an interesting sort of, without them, that's kind of the development of the doctors, right? Is kind of using that kind of thing. I just think that mask is like, I don't know why it hasn't been used in horror movies. Because it definitely it's got kind of a creepy, very horrific kind of, yeah. And when I first saw it, it was just kind of like, ooh.
Nothing good's going to happen when you see that mask.
Right. Except the leeches, of course.
The leeches. They might apply some leeches,
Yeah, which fix you right up.
Do you remember? Okay, so let's reference another SNL sketch. The classic Steve Martin as the barber.
Okay.
Like, he's like the medieval barber. Like, somebody comes in and he's like, we need to bleed him. And somebody questions, like, why are you questioning me? I'm the barber. Like, obviously, this ailment is caused by a small gnome in this child's stomach. What we need is a bleeder. Yeah, let's go.
Probably the same with the leeches, but yeah. The last part I just wanted to say is, and I don't know why it bothers me so much, I've watched Hunt for Red October, and I liked what they did with the characters where they don't sound Russian. They just sound like how Sean Connery wasn't trying to do an accent. He was just doing Sean Connery. He was just doing
Sean Connery,
right. Yeah. But that's because they had them speaking in Russian or near Russian, and then they zoom in and then they zoom out, and
they don't need subtitles anymore.
Exactly. You don't need subtitles anymore. What is the purpose of having them speak English in a Russian accent? And that is my same thing for Assassin's Creed 2. It's like, hey, I mean, maybe it's okay because of Mario, but I mean, it's just feels racist to be saying, I mean, they throw in some Italian sayings too, but it's the accent. It just, it's distracting to me. Maybe it wouldn't have been as distracting to me back in 2009, but I told you the reason why I never played this game in the first place, because it's not fun to me.
It's because it's not fun.
It's not fun to me.
That's enough. Fair enough.
That's the only reason why I didn't play it. But what are your thoughts on something like that? Like, it's a person who's not Italian, who's speaking in a Italian speaking English kind of very, you know what I mean? That
doing the Chico Marx routine.
Yeah.
I could see that it would get real old real fast.
Yeah, it already has. It's like, what's are you going to do? And it's like, I'm going to.
No, especially there's no graceful way to do that.
Well, I mean, just
like either have an Italian actor do the voice or just don't.
Yeah, even with an Italian actor, it's like if you're doing an Italian actor speaking English, what's the point of that? I mean, if you're speaking English, you're speaking English. If you're speaking Japanese, do they have a Japanese person or, speaking Japanese?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Doing an accent of an Italian and
Yeah, if you're like supposed to be immersed in the game world, you don't need the flavor of a bad Italian accent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not adding anything to the game.
No.
And it's not just in games. It's also, I think we're getting better in recognizing that. Maybe we're being a little too serious about it at times, but, it just seems like a game out of time for that reason too. Like you wouldn't have someone speaking in a stereotypical Italian accent in English, right? Or even over the top, completely racist kind of sounding. But anyway, that's the last thing I'm going to say about this game, which I can see why other people may enjoy it. I'm probably going to stop playing, like I said, 10 hours in, because it's just not compelling enough. The really super funny line about the vaginas isn't enough.
It's not enough.
No, it's just not
enough
to keep me going on the story.
No, like to me, and that's right up there with the Italian accent. I was like, well, why? I don't know.
And it's everyone, it's every character, except the evil character did speak in just a normal English accent, just a regular, like spoke English, American English, until he was in the town square. And then that's when his fake Italian accent came in there. And I was just like, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing while you've been in Italy.
All right.
You said you had a second game that you came to mind.
Yeah. I just realized that on the seat back console on the flight back from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was all kinds of entertainment options. I watched a couple Hangover movies because I figured why not watch those on a plane. But then I was like, okay, I never saw these before, but now I have. But then there were the game options too, and so I played a couple games of chess.
Cool.
On the computer, and so I'd been a long time since I'd played chess, and I was pleased that my first game I was actually able to bring myself back from certain defeat to a stalemate.
Oh, well,
that's hard to do.
Okay.
And then I beat it on my next games. I was like, okay.
I think Adam would disagree with you on that, but he's definitely a chess guy.
Disagree that
playing to a stalemate is difficult. If you're thinking ahead of the game, there are cases where you can do that.
Okay. It's difficult for me because I'm not a good player.
Right.
But it's better than conceding.
Correct.
And a draw is just dumb.
So you enjoyed playing some chess.
I enjoyed playing some chess, yeah. And then
but that's it? That's the only that's the game you wanted to bring up?
That was the game. I did play another game on it. I did. Also I followed our progress on the flight.
Oh yeah. Which is just like the flight mode game that I played where I followed.
Just like flight mode. Yeah.
Did you try taking the sleeping pill and drinking alcohol to shave an hour off the flight?
I had some alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On the they loaded me up on the Scandinavian Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When they're doing the meal service, and they asked what I want to drink, and then they're like, how about another drink for how about you? They just like they gave me one drink, and then they were like, how about a beer for later? And then like, how about two for later? You should have two for later. Like it might take us a while to come back. I was like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should take another just in case. Oh, here's a bottle. Here's the bottle for you. And it's not those little tiny bottles either. It's a big bottle. Here's the big bottle for you.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, but we were like in the economy plus or the premium I don't know. It was we were one row ahead of
the low class,
the crappy service. Yeah. We're middle class. Yeah,
right.
We're in the middle class.
You weren't
in high class. We weren't in low class. We're in middle class.
But you had a good flight. Do you usually sleep on a flight, or do you stay up the entire time, or what is your? Because I didn't ask you that on the last show.
Usually, I'll get kind of sleepy. I think it's just a natural defense mechanism. Like things are awkward. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, I can see it. I can totally see it.
There was a lot of flights. The trip home took longer than out there because we'd added a little side quest onto Croatia.
Right.
And so that was like, you had to go from Croatia to Copenhagen, then Copenhagen to DC.
Right.
And when we had to switch from Scandinavian Airlines to my least favorite domestic airline.
Delta?
No. Actually, it's United. United, I don't like them so much anymore.
Okay.
They don't believe in legroom. I don't know. I think they have a corporate policy against it.
No, they do. Like, they totally do. Yeah, it's like we don't believe in legroom.
Yeah, it was like it was kind of crappy, and Catherine's little seat back monitor thing didn't work, and
if this television on the back of this seat doesn't work, what makes me think that the brakes on the airplane are going to work, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, it undermines confidence all around.
Yeah.
But also, we'd already been like traveling like forever that day. I think it was like if you added up all the travel, it was like a 25-hour travel day. It was ridiculous.
Oh boy, man.
Yeah. But
Yeah. In my younger days, when I did take the really long flight when we went to the UK, when we went to London, I didn't even think about it. And that was back in the day when there was nothing handheld to play or do anything. It was just read your books. But now I usually, when I go on the longer flights, and by longer I mean a couple of hours, but
yeah,
I'll play games. I'll play my computer games, and
you got that. Yeah.
So, do you have any last thoughts about the word Italy?
My last thoughts about the word Italy
is it go?
Go to Italy. Yeah. If you've got a chance to go to Italy, then take it. I had a lovely time there.
Yeah, sounds like it. And then a lot of history. I mean, that's the thing about going to Europe. I think if you're not finding history when you go to Europe, you're not looking hard enough. Kind of.
You're like, there's just history everywhere.
Yeah. And to some extent, that's a little less of a thing in the United States, right? Because there's not, there's, a limited amount of history here, but compared to in Europe, it's like, wow, there's just so much. But yeah, it sounds like fun. I've always wanted to go to Italy. It's not at the top of my list right now, and it changes from time to time, but the top of my list is Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, okay.
I want to go there and experience that.
Yeah, I think they have history there too.
Oh, yeah. And just like try some different things that are not only post-war reconstruction, but also historical stuff like your onsens and, all the different more traditional type things. I want to kind of do a mix of stuff when I go there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a go-kart tour where it's an on-street. They've got the street blocked off.
Oh, yeah.
You do a go-kart tour of Japan. They've got different routes that you take. But they do say in the advertisement that you can't bring any turtle shells or bananas with you.
Oh, don't do it.
Yeah. Although they do provide costumes to make you dress. It's so silly. But yeah, you can wear costumes like Mario costume and whatever. They probably can't call it Mario because that's some sort of infringement. But
unless they licensed it,
Right. And I don't know if this place is. Last time I was thinking about going was 5 years ago, so it was just kind of like. I just think in these days I just want a kind of a combination of. When I go on a vacation, I want something that's relaxing and I can do what I want and just have a couple things where it's like, okay, I want to do this stuff, but here are the things that I need to sign up for and just kind of let the rest go. Just be as relaxed as possible. Don't put too much thought in it. Don't schedule everything because that's not fun. For me, it's not fun. It's fun for some people. Some people like doing that.
Yeah. I would definitely go with figure out how to go with the flow.
Yeah. So that's another bit of advice when you're traveling to Italy or anywhere else. Just go with the flow, man. You'll
go with the flow, figure it out. Like, have those couple of high points that you want to hit for sure, but then be ready to just look around and see what cool stuff's right next to you.
Yeah. Like Paul Stanley.
Exactly.
Like the Starman. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have been paying more attention, you may have seen Ace Frehley or
possibly, yeah.
Having espresso seems more like a Gene Simmons thing than a Paul Stanley thing, but I don't know.
I'm not even sure what he was really having. I didn't stare at that.
Oh, you didn't say.
It was just
it's like, hey, Paul Stanley, what was that? What are you drinking?
I'm like, hold on, let me Google which Kiss guy you are. Yeah, that wouldn't have been good.
It's an espresso with panna. That's what it is.
With panna.
Yeah. Which is cream, not bread. Cream. Right.
Not bread.
Right.
No.
Different language. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of the Too Vague Podcast. Oh, do you have something else to say?
No, I was going to say you're welcome. And I realized, no, you're talking to the audience.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to say this. I want to start doing this more frequently with you. Because I have a lot of fun when you're on the show. So
I have a lot of fun too. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to look forward to new episodes, but We'll see. I'll feed you the words. Or if you
Feed
have
me some words.
Yeah. Or
right.
if you want your TikTok following, maybe do a TikTok saying, "Hey, I'm going to be on a show and I need to come up with some words. Tell me some words."
Oh, yeah.
Get the TikTok followers involved.
Get my 27 TikTok followers.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to join my 27 TikTok followers, yeah, find me at Partly Robot.
Listen, I took a big leap when I joined Twitter and didn't understand what Twitter is for, and now I still don't understand what Twitter is for other than complaining. But whatever. Mm-hmm. Something like Instagram kind of makes sense to me because it's like, you're presenting pictures, but you can do some of the things you can do in TikTok. What is the benefit to TikTok over something like Instagram?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know. TikTok is weird. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if there is a benefit, but I see weird things on TikTok and I laugh sometimes.
Right.
But
some of the stuff that you put on TikTok is funny too.
Yeah, but then but most of the stuff I put on TikTok, I'll cross post it to my Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's the same, right?
It's the same. I don't know. The TikTok algorithm, I don't know. I don't get it.
Do we need a TikTok here at the Too Vague podcast?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm leaning no.
I would say stick with the Instagram Reels.
I'm still learning about those too. So,
because I only do TikTok because I only do it out of a sense of irony.
If it's one thing that I know about you, knowing you for 25 some odd years, so you do a lot of things out of a sense of irony.
Yeah.
It's one of your defining characteristics, and it's interesting.
This would be weird if I did this. Let's do it.
Do it. Thank you, Andrew, for joining me on this week's episode of the Too Vague podcast. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
And on that note, thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks to all the listeners of the podcast.
Yes, I was just about to do that. Thank you, listeners of the podcast.
Nora and everyone else.
Yes, Nora et al.
Nora et al.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Too Vague podcast. My name is Ben.
My name's Andrew.
And we've been your hosts. Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Adios. Arrivederci.